breaking news at 6 as a 10-year-old little boy clings to life in the hospital. One of his accused abusers faced a judge and will stay in jail on no bond. This is WESH 2. I'm Stuart Moore.
And I'm Luana Munoz. We are learning new, very disturbing information about this case that detectives called child torture. WESH 2's David Jones has remained on top of this case and was in court today, where Andre Walker's wife also took the stand. David?
Yeah, she was the sole witness called by Andre Walker's defense team. Walker was the boyfriend of the now arrested mother of the boys, Kimberly Mills, but his wife came to testify, and it was revealed in court today that Walker has an entirely separate family in Palm Bay. So as this abuse case continues to become unveiled in court, that little boy, that little 10-year-old boy, is still clinging to life in the hospital. For the first time, Andre Walker entered a Lake County courtroom to meet a judge face-to-face and a hearing to determine whether he would be allowed to bond out of jail. He faced the little boy's family, and he also faced his wife, testifying on his behalf. The state laid out their case, attempting to prove both Walker and the boy's mother, Kimberly Mills, were in on the abuse. They started with the detectives. The first detective testified to investigators' interview with the boy's little brother after the older brother was dropped off at the hospital by Mills and Walker with numerous burns and bruises and cardiac arrest.
He stated that night that was being punished in the living room, and then after that he was taken into the garage with Andre, and who he also said that it was mom's boyfriend. He was taken into the garage and punished further by Andre in the garage.
He says the little brother told investigators weights were dropped on the 10-year-old boy, who was duct taped to a ladder with his hands above his head. The second detective spoke about a dense copper wire found in the bedroom of one of the boys.
I learned later that it was used as a form of so-called discipline against the boys.
And how was it used?
In terms of hitting the boys through spanking and I believe on their head as well.
The defense maintained there was no concrete evidence Walker was involved.
Those pictures show that there is prolonged abuse to that child. There is no evidence that Mr. Walker took part in any of that abuse.
The judge ultimately sided with the state.
The court finds there is a substantial probability that the defendant committed the offenses as charged. Also, the nature and circumstances of the offenses and the nature of the injuries to which are egregious.
The judge decided not to grant bond. The Tavares Police Department expressing gratitude to the state attorney's office and the judge, with the state attorney saying in part, quote, "This defendant will not be a danger to our community while he awaits trial. We hope this is the first step in obtaining justice for the horrific crimes committed by this defendant." Now, Walker and Mills are both expected back here in Lake County Court on aggravated child abuse charges coming up later this month. As for that little 10-year-old boy's condition, he's still listed as critical. It was said in court today that since that night he was dropped off at the hospital, he has not regained consciousness. Tavares police stand ready to upgrade the charges if necessary. Covering Lake County, live in Tavares, David Jones, WESH 2 News.